Well, thank you for participating in this interview. It's great seeing you at the camp, and I understand you've been a counselor, a few years here, so you got some practical experience. Maybe you start off by just telling the audience your name and what your level of play is.
My name is Chris Mabe, and I'm a USCF expert, which puts me at 2160, and my FIDE rating is 2250. Another 50 points, I'll be at FM. So, we've been playing about 7 years.
Excellent. And, you became involved in chess, I think you told me about 7 years, and maybe you could just tell us when you became involved in chess and when you became serious, how old you were when you became serious at it.
I was 24 when I became serious about it. I knew how the pieces moved, and I knew how I'd been to a couple of tournaments when I was a child, but I only played for a few months or a year or so. And then when I hit 24, I just got the bug.
Became an addiction.
It became an addiction. I started having a good time with it.
Well, how do you, or how does anyone get better at chess? How can we? What are the secrets that you've used that we could apply?
Gosh, what I had to do to get better at chess is read a whole lot of books and work really, really hard. And there are rumors about people that have natural talent that just they can. They're just geniuses, and it's very natural to them. It wasn't that way with me. I hung pieces, and I had terrible openings and didn't know any end games. I had to work really hard and read lots.
Well, of course, a lot of us, unfortunately, I'm lazy, so I'm too lazy to sit down and study chess very much. I should admit that probably, but, it sounds like you've really made the effort. Which do you think is more important then, studying or practice?
I think you have to study. It's kind of like baseball.
Mm-hmm.
When you're getting ready for a baseball game, you don't go out and play baseball. You go and you catch a bunch of ground balls, or the coach hits a bunch of fly balls to you. So same way with chess. You have to play, but I'll probably spend much more time studying than actually playing at the game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you have any ideas or any strategies you used to help you get better, while you were improving?
I just tried to cram as much knowledge as I could. When I was in the 1400 level, I was getting beat a lot in the opening of the game. I'd hang a piece, so I never had a chance to have an even game. Mm-hmm. And so then I spent a lot of time on openings, and I gained a few rating points, and I found that my end games were weak, and that I didn't really know what to do in the middle game once I got out. So I had to study that part, and then eventually it all came around, and then you get to a certain level, and you just have to not make any kind of mistakes. So put it all together.
Okay. Most of us face some type of personal challenges or obstacles to help, prevent us from improving, and we have to find some way of jumping over those hurdles. Were there any hurdles in your progress?
Gosh, I think I went up, I got to about 1500, and I stayed there for about a year and a half. And then all of a sudden, one tournament, I played 1700 players, and I beat every one. And the only difference was that I didn't hang pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't lose pieces for free in that one. And I don't know what made that so, but that's what happened. And then I've kept going up since then.
So it really boosted your confidence. And
Yeah.
What type of effort and study would it take you to become a master, do you think? I mean, you're really close, obviously, but...
It's tricky to get to 2000 level and become an expert is tough, but it's not so tough. What you have to do to be a master is you have to be accurate for the whole game. You're not making any mistakes. You're not making any slips. You're not losing a pawn over here. You're focused. You can't have lapses in concentration.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys are really good, and I've only got 40 points, but it's a hard 40 points. It's hard.
Yeah.
So.
Are you planning to play in the tournament this weekend?
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, maybe get 40 points this weekend.
I plan on winning the tournament this weekend.
What are you doing, or what would you normally do to prepare for playing in a tournament or in a chess match?
For about 3 weeks or a month before the tournament, I prepare all my openings, and make sure I don't have any position I get in a tournament. It would be nice if I had seen it at home or had an idea what I'm supposed to be doing in those positions. I try to make sure that I just don't get surprised. And then when I'm actually at the tournament, before I play, I like to take an hour before, hour and a half before, and take tactical puzzles and sit down and concentrate and try to solve those, set them up on the board, and just try to get warmed up for the day. And I have pretty good results. So.
Very good. And unfortunately, we all have to lose games sometimes. So just curious, how do you deal with it when you lose a game, and how do you feel? I mean, of course, we all feel great, I guess, when we win, but, how does that influence your play, say, in the next round or something? How do you overcome those losses?
Sometimes it's hard during the tournament to overcome. You keep drifting back to why didn't I see that move? Why didn't I see that position? But the main thing that it does is that it makes me want to get better, right? It shows me that chess players have to be critical if they're going to be successful of themselves. So it shows me weaknesses. If it's I played a tournament recently and the room was hot, and I always blunder pieces when the room gets hot. So I thought that maybe I should study in the heat so I could overcome that. But losses just make me want to get better, and when I win, it really just makes me more confident for when I play. I'm not intimidated by other players.
Sounds like a good idea. And maybe share with us a couple of books that you think have really helped your play, and also any individual players, masters or whatever, that have helped influence your play.
Yeah, one book that helped me the most was it's an old book. It's in the old notation. It's called The Art of the Middle Game, and it's a small book, like about this thick. And it's by Paul Carries and Alexander Kotov, and it's a phenomenal book. It talks about different middle game positions. That gave me an understanding of the middle game that I had just never had before. And then Reuben Fine's in-game book is really good. And as far as players go, Mikhail Tal used to be my favorite. Everybody loves Mikhail Tal. He's flashy.
The tactics, right?
He is, but recently Petrosian has been more my style, because the things he did with just controlling the opponent and just molding the board into what he wanted to. He didn't have to be flashy. You didn't have anything to do against Petrosian, and he'd beat you. So I really like that. Yeah. That's hard to do.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate your being here and participating in the interview. Do you have any words of wisdom you'd like to share with the younger generation for, how to become a stronger player? Any final comments?
Yeah, I think most of the kids that I meet playing chess are very bright kids, and their biggest problem is that they move too fast. Right? It's not a fast game, and if they would put a few hours into preparing for tournaments and just slowing down, then there's no telling what these kids could do. Yeah. They're really good.
Well, great. I really appreciate your being here, and thank you for giving us some of your time.
Thank you.
Thanks much.